Hello, welcome to our video solution series for Quiz 4 from Math 250A, that's Calculus 3 here in the Spring 21 semester at Cal State Fullerton. This is the solution for problem 1, where we're simply asked to compute a cross product of two vectors, very fundamental operation in vector calculus. So there's a lot of ways that one can set this up. It's important, of course, to remember that if you have vectors u and v, then the cross product can be defined, right, as a cyclic sum over things that look like this. You take u2v3 minus u3v2 times e1. Okay, so for those of you unfamiliar, right, e1 is what is also sometimes called the I vector, or 1, 0, 0. And similarly, e2 is j and e3 is k. So one can go about computing the cross product by building up a vector in this way. Usually in practice, we want something which is a little, easier to just kind of feel out and look at and write down the answer. So the way I typically do it is I'll write these vertically. Okay, and I'm going to compute the cross product underneath, just like I was doing a multiplication problem in elementary school. And so the idea here is to get the E1 component, right? So the first component of the cross product. I'm only using the 2 and the 3 components from U and V. So I cover up this first column in my mind. And now I'm going to do a cross multiplication. All right. Later on, you might see this as doing a 2 by 2 determinant. But for now, I'm just going to say I'm going to cross multiply and subtract. So I'm going to do -1 times -2 minus 3 times 0. So this first component will be -1 times -2 minus 3 times 0, which is a 2. All right. Now, in order to get the middle term, we cover up the second components. And you might say, well, okay, so we'll do the same thing, this cross multiplication. And that's almost correct, except it will give you the negative of the correct answer. So you actually have to go backward. You're going to do 3 times 4 and then subtract 2 times -2. And that's coming from expanding this formula a little bit. So the E2 component of this, right? Well, the way you get the E2, right, is the 1 has to turn to a 2. When you turn the 1 to a 2, well, the 2's turn to 3's, right? So 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1. So the 2 turned into a 3, the 3 turns into a 1, and then you have the 3, again, turning into a 1, and the 2 turns into a 3. So you can see you're actually starting with this u3 times the v1. You're actually going backward in order to get the first term. So we do 3 times 4 minus 2 times -2. All right, that's 12 minus -4. That's 12 plus 4 is 16. Okay, and then finally in the third component, we cross off the third column, and we're going to multiply again in the usual order. So we'll do 2 times 0 and then subtract 4 times -1. All right, so we'll do 2 times 0 minus 4 times -1. Okay, that's going to be 0 minus -4, which is going to be positive 4. All right, and so that is going to be our cross product of U and V. So other ways people like to set it up, right, is they sometimes will write IJK in the top row and then copy U into the middle row and then V into the bottom row and then compute the 3 by 3 determinant. All right, and of course you'll end up with the same answer. You could also replace these i's, right, with the E1, E2, E3 as you wrote this down, whatever you like. And it's just a matter of perspective. Okay, so there's not one way to compute the cross product in terms of these sort of graphical organizers, but at the end of the day, right, there is one definition that we can use to compute it. All right, we'll see you in the next video.